round, and I'm going to the second round now, which is a 5-minute round, and I begin with Kevin Waugh for the Conservative Party.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome, Hockey Canada. Whose decision was it in June of 2018 to keep this quiet? And why did you keep it quiet for 4 years? The players were interviewed. We heard prior to the NHL Stanley Cup Series, one of the star players on the team said, I'm not involved, but I was interviewed. Who made that decision to keep this quiet?
I don't believe we made any decision to keep quiet. We undertook the process to have an independent group do an investigation for us. That investigation was ongoing, as was a criminal investigation with the London Police Service. I'm not sure that we kept anything quiet. We did the work that we needed to do, and we were prepared to respond once the investigation, the criminal level, or once the investigation by our third party was complete, and unfortunately neither one of those could be completed.
Mr. Smith, if you want real accountability from Hockey Canada, you should have demanded all players participate in the interviews with Hutchinson. You own that. That is unacceptable that you sat back and let the investigation go while the 8 John Does did not participate, as we know.
If I could, just for you and the members of the committee as well as Canadians, we borrow these players from other leagues. We take great pride in the responsibility that we have for our national team program. We've made some changes to our code of conduct. We're having discussions right now as to whether or not we can strengthen the ability to compel players that we borrow to participate in an investigation regarding what happens under our care.
So were players at the bar, any Hockey Canada officials there at the bar that night on June 18th, 19th?
There were staff members of Hockey Canada, but none that are here in front of you.
Okay. Did you have discussion with any of the Hockey Canada officials about what went on at the bar that night?
Our member, the third-party investigator, interviewed all the people who were at the bar that evening.
This is a Hockey Canada Foundation. You make a lot of money off the foundation. A lot of charitable money goes to Hockey Canada. So, Mr. Andrews, when were you notified that at your hosting in London, Ontario, with Hockey Canada Foundation, that you found out these allegations? When were you informed?
Thank you for the question, Madam Chair. I was informed on May 24th of this year.
4 years later, you were informed?
I should clarify that the Hockey Canada Foundation has no role in the day-to-day operation of Hockey Canada.
But you hosted it.
Excuse me?
You hosted the event.
Yes. Let me just, if you don't mind, I'll just finish. Okay. The Hockey Canada Foundation is made up of a board of directors.
Oh, I know it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly it is.
The Hockey Canada management does not report to the Hockey Canada Foundation. We have no involvement in their governance. None.
So do you think there should be a governance change considering what happened that night, June 18th, 2018?
No, sir, I do not. Madam Chair, sorry. No, sir, I do not. The Hockey Canada senior management team and staff report to the Hockey Canada board, not to the Hockey Canada Foundation.
Does it concern any of you in front of me today that these alleged so-called rapists have ongoing careers in amateur and professional hockey today and someday could be coaching? Does this, your comment on this, does that not, and I'm going back to the Graham James situation, as you know, in Saskatchewan. So today, does that not resonate with you that these 8 could be coaching 5 years down the road or whenever?
If I could, to you, to the members of the committee, and to all Canadians, Mr. Rennie made reference to the fact that we are on a journey and we are driven to drive changes in the behaviors in this game to achieve the culture that you, me, and everyone in this room and everyone in this country desires. We have 650,000 registered participants in this country, registered players. Unfortunately, we're a microcosm of society. We're a microcosm of this country. And we're going to drive our efforts to the extent that we can to make sure that we build the culture, we improve the culture. We believe we've made changes in the last 4 years and will continue to make changes in the next 4 years and beyond. to make sure that every Canadian knows that this game is a safe place for their daughter or son.
This incident will have a lot of homes.
20 seconds.
This incident from June of 2018 will be talked about in many homes in this country. Should I sign up my daughter, my son, into Hockey Canada programs? And I'm not sure of the answer here today. I haven't got really, from any of you, reassurances that Hockey Canada has changed in their harassment, bullying, and abuse policies.
I think if we're asked the question on what are we doing, what have we done since, and what are we going to do on a go-forward basis, I think we can reassure Canadians that hockey is a safe place, and we're not perfect, but we're doing everything we can to make sure that hockey is a safe place for young Canadians.
Thank you, Mr. Waugh.